Hey y'all, welcome to the motherfucking trap. How y'all doing? We in this bitch today. It's already the next day. I meant to do this earlier, just been busy. We gonna get it all together for y'all. I think there's in my room under the TV. Y'all, welcome to this motherfucker. How y'all doing? We in the motherfucking trap. It's January 8th, 9th reading for y'all. Y'all, today it hit me. 2026 is the year of belief. If you didn't believe then, now the fuck you will, okay? We about to tap into this motherfucking reading, y'all. I'm just letting y'all look at this table for now. I'd like to thank all of y'all for being here in the motherfucking trap with me. You feel me? Trapping the fuck out. All right? And we about to get into this motherfucking reading. Back in the trap. And what that nigga Gucci said, trapping ain't dead, y'all niggas just scared type energy. Motherfuckers are scared to live because of society. How they got us all running around here stupid and crazy and they keep fucking with us. And people keep not paying attention to how the fuck they got us walking around here. Okay? Um, a lot of things have changed, but a lot of things have stayed the same. And I don't know which way y'all going with this, but change is inevitable. And it's time for that motherfucking change. Welcome to the motherfucking trap, whoever you was. I appreciate you. If you got a question, drop that bitch. I'll get back to you. This gonna be a general. It's not gonna resonate with everybody. Take the parts that fuck with you and fuck with that, and the parts that don't fuck it. Okay. Um, I'd like to thank Facebook and YouTube for the platform. I don't own the rights to the music that's gonna be playing in the back, but I will be trap rapping to them beats as I see fit. And y'all, welcome to the motherfucking trap. I know y'all see the table there, you know. I'm just had my little cups on here, you know, getting things in pristine order as they should be. Y'all life be motherfucking lifing on it. And the only thing you can do is live it the best that you can. I got one deck on the table, which is the Book of the Five Rings. And I don't do this one often because a lot of people have a hard time understanding who and what Mushashi is. He was a great philosopher, okay? He had a lot of great teachings and a lot of great sayings to live by. So when he's here, it's because there's advice needed in the situation. There's a new answer. Instead of the same old answer, it's a new answer, okay? I still don't know what I did with my dice, but I think I'm getting pretty close to finding them. I had packed everything up the other day and forgot what the hell I put on dice. Hey, welcome to the motherfucking trap, bitch. Hey, trapping. Hey, I'm dropping this weight, bitch. Hey, you might as well go on ahead and do the honors for me. Raise the paper towel. It's Friday night or Friday morning, ho. We gotta get this paper, ain't no more boring go. Gotta get out there straight up in the fold. I don't know what you heard, but bitch, this what you been told. Can't keep a trapper down in this bitch. If you trapping once, you gon' keep on trapping with this shit. Either way you do it, ayy, you gotta get your pay. These people out here tripping while you trapping every day. Trapping in the snow, bitch. What you know about that shit? They call me Snow Woman. I'm abominable in this bitch. And you thought I was gonna stop? Bitch, I got your ass on freeze. Needed money to do what? Motherfucking sneeze. Please get on your motherfucking knees. And please, me baby, baby, that's how I skis. These hoes, they shady ladies. I don't do these. Them niggas is lanes with no motherfucking money. We trapping, bitch. We trap rich. Let me go ahead and trap this bitch. Y'all, if you didn't believe, like I said before, your belief is about to be through the roof on things that do not make sense, but they make perfect sense. Okay? When they say go with your gut instinct, your intuition, that's what's happening with a lot of people right now. But anyhow, we're gonna tap in with this the book of the five rings. Let's see what Mushashi wants us to know. And whatever, however many cards come out, it's gonna be the number of cards I read. I like to thank the gods, the goddesses, the ancestors, and all those in attendance for everything that they do for me on a daily basis. The archangels, spirit guides, guardian angels, all the motherfucking protection around me and my motherfucking family. Because a motherfucker really don't have no idea. Okay? Motherfuckers being ungrateful and unsure. Time out for that shit. This the year of belief. Okay? Let's tap in. What? Reach, niggas. Stretch them arms and them legs. Hey! It's called a Reba Dirt J. Hey! Hey! No, let me stop. Big bitches in the field. Big bitches in the field. I love my BBWs, ho, and I like my skinny ones too. That's how the story go. Never biased, everybody like to shake that ass. So get in the middle of the flow and dance. Hey, I ain't biased. I don't give a fuck. I'm out here getting monies like a fucking dump truck. Trying to haul it in, reel it in forever, ho. I'm calling all of it in for my ancestors, ho. They said you ball hard. They said you stand tall. They say you hold up your guard. They say it's going down. Yes, it is. It's your time. Come around to live big. That's what I'm hearing. It's somebody else. It's your turn to live big. Your turn to live big. Let's go. Believe it. What do Mushashi want us to know? Oh, we got one. That's two. Three. Sure, why not? Oh, okay. That's what we doing. How many is this? Okay. A lot. Y'all, this is 11 cards. So I'm only going to do a couple of decks and I try to be too long. Okay. It's time to go. Live your dreams. Hello. What do it seem like to you in a dream state? Gotta wake up to the truth. Reality is what we all seek. Don't try to talk that shit and disillusion me. I stay on beat, bitch. I always knew that I'ma be rich. How about you? Hey, Okay, so we got Mushashi said, crossing at a ford occurs when in a man's lifetime it means setting sail even though your friends stay in harbor, knowing that the soundness of your ship and the favor of the day. Meaning, be confident in your decisions. Consider the options. Then, when you have decided which way to go, believe in your decision. Conduct yourself with assurance, taking full advantage of your strengths. Water never goes over anything it can't go around, and yet few things can stop it. Similarly, the warrior must learn to recognize the most advantageous path before him. Musashi terms this strategy crossing at a ford. You could be at a situation like what they say where you're crossing at a ford. Some things can be going in your favor, but you still have to stand on business and not let your boundaries be crossed during this time. They want you to make the right decision, okay? And then we have or decisions. Musashi said, generally speaking, the way of the warrior is resolute acceptance of death, meaning you know in this fight you might not come back out. And you accept that and you still go anyway type energy. That's that strength. That's that bravery. Okay? And it says, learn to accept the possibility of defeat. Fear can be a problem in business and in life. Fear of defeat or failure can stop us making progress in life. We only get one life and our time is limited. If we cannot accept the possibility that we will lose some battles, arguments, or business deals, then we can never win them. Accepting the possibility of defeat actually allows us the possibility of victory. Because sometimes the things that you really want ain't made for you. Something else is. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes you got to let go of something to gain something better. All right? Then we have Mushashi said, meet the situation without tenseness, yet not recklessly. Your spirit settled, yet unbiased. An elevated spirit is weak, and a low spirit is weak. Do not let the enemy see your spirit. So that means do not cower in the face of fear. Do not deceive yourself in the face of adversity. Okay? They telling you to stand up strong against your fears and your adversity and stomp through that shit. Okay? And the fear can be anything. You don't have to be in fear that you may lose a fight. This fear can be a legal battle. This fear can be uh, dealing with uncommon situations. You know what I'm saying? They said, be determined though calm. Mushashi's philosophy is one of self reliance, inner calm, acceptance, and discipline. In any confrontation, humans are affected by their fight or flight hormone. As anger and fear share the same arousal, attacking or running away will raise their heart rate and skew their judgment. For Musashi, it is essential to avoid this, to remain alert but calm and on course. So don't let nothing come and throw you off. Maybe you have been going through a turbulent time, and maybe you have not done things that you were supposed to be doing because of these circumstances. They say you got to fight through these circumstances and continue on course of what you had already set in motion. People are waiting on you and depending on you. And if you drop the ball now, you may never recover from this shit. So pick that motherfucker up, dribble it, and make a shot. Make a 3-point shot. Mushashi said, pay attention even to trifles. The devil is in the detail. Of course, it is essential to pay attention to the big picture, but it's also important not to forget the little things. Even the grandest projects depend on the success of the smallest components. What I said. If you do not pay attention to them, they can ruin all your efforts. Meaning, stay on the fucking course. I just said this, right? Mushashi said, step by step, walk the 1,000-mile road. You like, damn, I gotta walk 1,000 miles, Lord. I don't know if I'm gonna do this. They said, baby, yes, you can, step by step. Act now, don't miss the boat. In the internet age, with so much information available at the touch of a few keys, it's easy to suffer from analysis paralysis and delay acting until you are 100% sure of yourself. Great, but someone else might get there first. As Mark Twain said, the secret to getting ahead is getting started. So get started now, learn on the job, and improve. Hey, There you go. If you something that you don't understand, something that you think is too hard to do, something you think you don't got the skill for, if you get offered the opportunity to do it, learn on the job. Learn as you go. Just like in life, baby, you gotta learn as you go because you can't plan out every detail of waking life. Okay. And then we have Musashi said, there are four ways in which men pass through life as gentlemen, farmers, artisans, and merchants. Okay. They say people are different. Learn to take them as they are. They're being unbiased about things. Humans are judgmental creatures by nature. Remember that every person you cross paths with. Hold on, y'all. Damn, y'all probably don't even hear me right here. Hello? Hey, what's to it? All right, babe. Love and peace. Just let me know she made it to the crib. Cause that's what. Yeah, my bad, y'all. I'm all over here. Y'all don't even hear me on YouTube, but now y'all hear me. And I'm all the way like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars in Mushashi. So I'll come back to that for y'all. But I was talking about being unbiased, taking people how they is, staying on course of your path despite whatever adversity, fear, or consequences or circumstances you find yourself in. They want you to still trudge through all that shit. You're gonna eventually get through it and walk. You feel me? And then fucking run, jump, and then fly. How about that? Okay? So they say people are different. Learn to take them as they are. Humans are judgmental creatures by nature. Remember that every person you cross paths with will know things you don't. Have experiences you haven't had and carry a different worldview. Listen and learn, then tell your story. Accept people for who they are rather than what you want them to be. All right? And then we have Mushashi said, when you sacrifice your life, you must make fullest use of your weaponry. It is false not to do so and to die with the weapon yet undrawn. You know how stupid that is, motherfucker? Go to a fight with a weapon and lose. They ain't even get a chance to use it because their enemy or their adversary or whoever it was already had to drop on their ass. And they saying develop your decision making skills. You got to make better choices, better decisions. Okay. We make decisions all day, every day. Good decision making is an essential skill. When you have a life changing decision to make, be sure to use all the weapons at your disposal. Keep calm, give yourself some time to think about your goals and values. Weigh up the pros, cons within the bigger picture. Talk it through with others. Put yourself in the shoes of those affected by it and consider all the outcomes. So it's something that you're going through that may have a lot of different outcomes, but it all depends on the decision you make about it. And they want you to make the best decisions. So there go decisions again. Maybe you decided to do something that you're not fully in tune with, but you had to do it anyway. They say now it's time for you to make a better decision, okay, to move forward. And then we have Mushashi said, even if a man has no natural ability, he can be a warrior by sticking assiduously to both divisions of the way. Meaning, work on your self discipline. So it's something about your self discipline that you have to stand on business about. Maybe following a routine, following a plan, or being more aware or alert of your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? They want you to be able to control the outcomes. All right. Self discipline is the ability to push yourself forward regardless of how you are feeling, physically or emotionally. You need to work at it. Choose a goal, think positively, overcome obstacles, like finding the time, change your old habits, and avoid distractions. Anyone can learn to do something, but only the discipline can learn to do it properly. Okay? Musashi said you should not have a favorite weapon. To become over familiar with one weapon is as much fault as not knowing it sufficiently well. Use all the tools at your disposal to live your best life. You should strive to develop all aspects of your character evenly. Don't just concentrate on the things you like most. Work hardest on the things you like least. After all, you are only as strong as your weakest point. Remember that if a task is vital to your success, it would be difficult. So you would need all the tools at your disposal. They say, yeah, don't get stuck on on something you're good at. They say be good at everything. Don't be like, yeah, the one good thing I'm good at. Baby, I'm good at everything. I'm great at everything. And that's the energy they want you to have. So maybe you might be going back to school. They say learn on a job. Maybe you got a job that got a lot of difficult tasks, but they can be accomplished by you learning how to operate and work on the job. Maybe you feel to be left at work long to learn these things to make sure you're well versed in how a system works. Okay, um, and yourself, your character, the weak points of you. Like maybe you want to learn a new language and you always put it off because you think you're not strong enough to learn the new language, young enough, bright enough, whatever. They say no, you can do it all. So be good and great at everything. They want you, even in your spirituality and your reverence, everything you do it with more energy and love. Okay? And then we have Mushashi said, know the smallest things and the biggest things, the shallowest things and the deepest things. That's everything. Okay? Learn to think to learn. Mushashi's interpretation of the way was not limited to sword fighting. For him, the way is the natural way of life, free of thoughts and ideas, but informed by prior thinking. Thoughts and ideas do not exist in the world, but in mind. Mushashi is encouraging us to think deeply, considering all perspectives, then follow our gut feelings with confidence. What I just said about y'all gut instinct and intuition. Whatever y'all gut gonna be telling y'all to do, that's what's gonna happen. If your gut telling you something is or ain't gonna happen, that's what's gonna happen. Okay, you already have your senses and answers within you, and Mushashi is only here to confirm it for y'all, and that's why he's coming out like this. Okay, it's making perfect sense to me. Mushashi said the way of strategy is the way of nature. When you appreciate the power of nature, knowing the rhythm of any situation, you will be able to hit the enemy naturally and strike naturally. Man, you ain't got to do shit. They're going to do it to themselves. That's just like that old saying, give a nigga, excuse my language. When you give somebody enough rope, they hang themselves. Type energy, okay? So it says, understand the order of things. Although things don't always turn out as we anticipate, studying, learning, and planning often allow us to address issues in advance. This can be particularly helpful in business. For example, in the financial markets, with experience, strategists can learn to read the pulse of the market, consider all the possible outcomes, and act necessary. Understanding how the market works, the way of nature, means you are able to trade within those conditions, meaning the same thing in life. They need you to be in it. They need you to be in a fold with everything. Like I said, be in a motherfucking fold. Learn if you don't know. Shit. And it don't matter what your age, race, none of that, your denomination. If it's something that you need to learn to stay adaptive, flexible, and all that good shit, you got to do it. Okay? They want you to understand the order of things. And then it's about an outcome to a situation. You want the best possible outcome. You're manifesting the best possible outcome in whatever situation you is. It could be a new move. It could be a new job. It could be a new man or a new woman. It could be newfound money. It could be newfound bliss. It could be newfound spirituality. A newfound group of people who you relate with. Whatever you got going on, okay? And then we have Mushashi said, today is victory over yourself of yesterday. Tomorrow is your victory over lesser men. That's why I love the Ma type energy. They say, remember, you are your own worst enemy. Self improvement is essential to help to a happy life, and the biggest impediment up to it is you. As we strive to become better, we overcome physical and mental barriers that we once thought impassable. Not impossible, but impassable, like we couldn't get past it. As we get better, our lives get better. Don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, last month, last year, and be proud of how far you've come. So yeah, fuck what anybody else say about you. What do you say about you? You know where you've been, you know where you came from, and you know where you're going. So they want you to stay on course, for that, okay? Don't allow another motherfucker's judgment of you to determine what you do with you or how you feel about you. The only thing that matters is how you feel about you, okay? And what you gonna do about it, all right? When you're doing this shit step by step, you got to take 1,000-mile walk, baby, step by step. And every mile you walk is going to be an accomplishment and a success and a victory. So you got 1,000 victories coming, okay? Get the walking, get the stepping. Shit. That's all I can tell you. And let me see what Musashi's book want to say about anything real quick, okay? So Musashi, the book of the 5 rings is the ground, the water, fire, wind, and the book of void, okay? This is about someone who was around in the year 1643, and he was 49 years old at that time. He is the winner of more than 60 life or death duels and thought to be the most skilled sportsman in Japanese history. Okay, that's who Musashi Miyamoto is. All right, he's a worthy person of knowledge and being able to pass that knowledge from the year 1643 up until the year 2025. You go do the math on that, okay? Yeah, I'm going to go through this book and read it because this isn't a guidebook for the cards. This is a book about Musashi Miyamoto and his travels, okay? And the book of the 5 rings of Earth, okay? He dropping this knowledge on y'all because somebody missing something, somebody lacking something, and now you need to pay attention. They said pay attention to the details. They say, yeah, look at the big picture, but make sure you're paying attention to the details too. All right? Let's go to the rose deck over here. Let's see what the wonderful roses want us to know. That wasn't a bad spread from Miyamoto Musashi. It's more so the decisions that you make and decisions that you got to stand by in your next moves. Okay? They want you to do it big, live your best life, stand tall, stand with your chest, and hit that fucking stride. Don't let them take you down to the ground. Stand up and pound on them. Hey, it's going down, oh. Today, tomorrow, forever. What you thought? I'm not letting up. I gotta keep on going. I gotta keep on showing up, bitch. Okay? Somebody said, I gotta keep on showing the fuck up. So, hey, I'm gonna show the fuck up. Oh, that was lovely and delicate how that landed. You hit the flow though. What's going on with that? Ooh, y'all gonna sneak out like that? You're doing 11 of y'all, so. Ooh. Something. Oh, okay. It's probably more than 11, so let's just get our 11. And 11 is a great number, right? All the ones that flipped over, stand, these stand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more, 10 and 11. 12. We'll do 12 because it came out like that. So we got Brothers of the Rose. You're about to receive sacred masculine help, honor, protection, and support, okay? It's either this can be a husband, a father, grandfather, uncle, son, cousin, somebody male in your family that's about to come in and help you out, okay? They're coming to bring you protection and support in the situation, all right? And then we have Sub Rosa, hidden in plain sight, mysteries, learning, and teaching. So it's something that's been right there the whole time. And like I said, somebody missing something, they want you to pay attention to what you're missing. Try to catch it, okay? And then we have the mystic rose: compassion, devotion, humility, humanity, and grace. I will clarify the rose deck for y'all today. Then we have the bloom: creations realized, the right time, harvest, and celebrate. That we got healing is happening, and that's why you're about to celebrate, because you're healing. You're healing your bloodline. You're healing yourself. Every time you have to go through like a dark night of the soul, and you get through it, you're doing a form of healing, because you're allowing and accepting what you have to go through and the darker side of yourself to get through it. That's what a dark night of the soul is. You have to be in your dark energy in order to get to the light. You can't walk through the light, through the dark, through the ascension. You have to go through the darkness of the ascension to come out into the light, okay? Point blank, period. Because it's a lesson. It's a lesson, and there's more guidance that's being provided to you, okay? So healing is happening. You're not broken. What I said, trust the process. It's safe to soften, okay? Then we have come to me, attracting like a rose, receive abundance and desires. This is what you're doing. You are attracting, you are manifesting. Everything that you want is happening, okay? And then we have the crowning. Come on now, baby. Into initiation, thresholds, birth, rebirth, and a seat at the table. Somebody say, come eat with me. Or somebody say, here's your whole, this way you sit. Okay, you got this side of the table. Come on. Not even a slot, but a whole side. They say, come eat with me. And then we have the second bloom. That's that rebirth. Here it again. It's a second chance. It's never too late. New possibilities for the good decisions that you're going to be making, okay? Like you probably had a lot of stuff to ponder, to think about, to put together, and you probably had a lot of different outcomes. If you're like, oh, if I do it this way, this going to happen. If I do it that way, that's going to happen. Well, I can't make a move this way because this happened. Now you got to figure out, or you have figured out, you know what I'm talking about? What's going to be the best possible outcome for your situation, okay? Then we have the thorn: protection, boundaries, and clear communication, all right? You are protected, and your boundaries will be respected, and you will be having clear communication with everyone you are in communication with. It's not going to be something where I misunderstood you and da 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 da. Like, no, you ain't misunderstand shit, you know? Um, Somebody wants to come in with clear communication with you as well. Maybe this person didn't understand that's all you needed was communication. So now they're having an epiphany or some shit like that. And then they understand that's what it was, communication. And there is also a form of clear communication coming into you about some abundance as well. Okay. So just get ready to be amazed. We have the bud: potential, promise, it's about to happen. What I said, keep going. We have the Holy Grail: stop the endless searching, inner quest. What I said, you got the answers. And the reunion: soul recognition, collaboration, partnership, and friendship. You have to be in contact with a lot of people who you have not been in contact with. And it's not because of any animosity, just because of life pulled people in their directions, you know? So you got to go the ebb and flow of life that you create. Sometimes you can't see your friends for a while. Sometimes you can't even talk to them. Don't mean that you are not, still friends, okay? So the Brothers of the Rose was the first card out this deck, right? So we're going to see what the Brothers of the Rose, if I can find it, because all these decks be different. Hey, 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 hey. Okay. They got this little ass print, knowing I can't see. Okay. They said, this is a card of the sacred masculine. Like the feminine, the sacred masculine exists within each one of us. And together we're all being called to balance both energies within us. The sun and the moon, solar and lunar. Perhaps this is what it means to birth a new world. The sacred nature, the sacred mature masculine is something so needed in our world. It's part of us that lives in deep honor and reverence of the feminine. It recognizes the goddess within all life, including the earth, and is committed to protecting and living in devotion to the feminine. The sacred masculine knows that striving and overpowering, enduring and conquering are not helpful. The sacred masculine is strong and tender, protective but not defensive. This card could be a sign that you're being called to work on the sacred masculine energy within you that's maturing and rising. It could be that you're being called to work on ancestral healing of the paternal line. It can be an indication that you're being called to invoke or acknowledge the sacred masculine in those around you, or it could represent the sacred masculine appearing in your life. The sacred masculine exists within all of us. They are encircling you so that you can do your sacred work, so that you can be part of the return of the goddess on earth. Hold on. The rose is their emblem, and they wear it proudly on their hearts. How are you being called to work with the sacred masculine? Wow. So somebody need to be getting in tune, I guess, with their sacred masculinity if you're a feminine energy, okay? These roles can be reversed, y'all. This is past, present, and future, but it's also motherfucking right real, okay? Somebody needs to embrace their masculine energy, okay? And heal it. They say this can be energy from your father's side, okay? So somebody's father line needs some healing, okay? We had Sub Rosa, hidden in plain sight. Hidden in plain sight. They said, what are you being called to study, learn more about, or unearth? Okay? They said the rose has been a symbol of secrecy for millennia. Okay? The ancient Romans wore rose garlands on special occasions, and when these were hung above important meeting places, the conversations that took beneath were considered sub rosa, or under the rose. It was understood that things said under the rose would be kept secret and not repeated. There's also an image of the ancient Egyptian god Horus sitting with the rose and holding his finger to his lips, symbolizing silence about the deep mysteries. The phrase sub rosa may have its origins in ancient Greece, where in the year 477 BCE, a secret negotiation took place in a building attached to the Temple of Minerva. On the building's roof was a rose garden, hence sub rosa. Another otherworldly theory of the phrase's origin is linked to Eros, who is said to have bribed Hippocrates, the Greek god of silence and secrecy, with the rose to persuade him to remain silent on the affairs of the gods. Mm. Somebody trying to keep something hush hush? My bad. Somebody withholding information. This card represents the great mysteries that are available for us to uncover and remember, secrets that are waiting to be found, teachings that your soul might be ready to learn. Look beyond what your eyes can see and dig a little deeper. You're here to uncover lost wisdom, ancient secrets, and deep mysteries. Okay? Are you being called to study the great mysteries? Yes, you are. to live the great questions and step into your role as a teacher, guide, or mystic? Are you being called to question things and unearth the truths unknown? The answer is yes. So, wow. But you got to keep this to yourself, all right? Um, yeah, and we got the mystic rose. And then you see how they talking about being mystic and how a rose represents the mystical aspect of a person. They say the rose has been around for millennia, okay? And the knowledge and the energy that comes from that is all around. It's actually in the bloom, and that's next, which is crazy. So you got a lot of support and protection around you. You also got a lot of people keeping secrets against you, okay? It's things that they don't want you to know. And it's not because they think you might say something. It's more so like it's really just not your business, okay? All right, so no hard feelings, it's just not your business type energy, you know? Even within family, sometimes it's not always good for everybody to know everything. Sometimes you do have to keep shit to yourself, okay? And that's what they saying with that Sub Rosa. They said, what's that guy? Eros bribed Hippocrates. That's crazy. Of silence. Mm-mm. And secrecy. Not bribe them, but bribe them to silence and secrecy. That's crazy. Like, don't say shit about the affairs of the gods because guess what they was doing? The same shit everybody's doing right now. Fucking around, having babies, doing shit they weren't supposed to be doing. You know, like when people think of God and gods, they think that God is perfect as to where he did not fraternize or socialize with the other gods, you know? But that's not true because he did. And now we have the mystic rose, okay? We got the mystic rose. It's the story told. I told you once, I'm gonna tell you again. Come on in this fold, cause you gotta know. Get it in your soul. Let's see what the mystic rose want us to know. Hey, all right. How are you being called to show compassion today? The rose was a symbol of the goddesses of old, so it's no wonder that when Christianity absorbed large parts of the indigenous Celtic traditions in Europe, the mother goddess, Mother Mary, became associated with the rose. Perhaps the reason Mary is so beloved is because she was the only mother goddess who could be worshipped safely, and as such carries with her the devotion and yearning of all those who long to worship the goddess in feminine form. So she was like a goddess for the feminine, you know, gentle, graceful, and loved. You know what I'm saying? Mary's connection with the rose is seen in some of her titles, including Rosa Mystica, the Mystic Rose, and the Rose Without Thorns. Okay. And I think we got the Rose Without Thorns up in here. Oh, we have the thorn. We see the Rose Without Thorns is gentle, but the thorn is like, bitch, if you hold me, squeeze me too tight, you're gonna get stuck. Okay. That remind me of that. You bring your bitch around me, she gonna get her fly. Anyhow, yeah, we back to the Mystic Rose, okay? Um, Mary used to walk on rose petals. Um, like I said, she was the only goddess that I guess that allow herself to experience. This is like Celtic times as well. And people be wondering what they be mixed with. And it be a lot. You don't know where your ancestors be coming from. A lot of people think they do, but you don't. That's why you call on the ancestors that put you on this path. And you know, the ancestors that's showing you things, giving you insight, protecting you. You know what I'm saying? Them ancestors. Yeah, they're just talking about Mary and the roses. Compassion, devotion, humility, humanity, and grace. Like I said, just the presence of her grace made people find that same presence within itself, you know? And then we have the bloom. Creations realized, right time, harvest, and celebrate. Something happening at the right time for you, and you're gonna celebrate. You're gonna have a victory. Okay? Man, you got the bloom and the second bloom up in here. I just had to look at that again. You have the bloom and the second bloom. So you could have a garden full of beautiful roses. What they talking about? And actually, that's telling me to tell somebody decorate your porch of your house with flowers, with roses specifically. Spruce up your environment with roses. Take rose baths, rose petal baths. Um, they say appreciate the energy and the power of the roses for real. A lot of love and protection. Okay. Now this is the Rose Oracle, so they is definitely heavily letting you know about these roses, even the white roses, whatever color roses you get. But specifically, they want you to have some red roses. And it's crazy because Valentine's is coming up. So I guess I'm going to be using the rose deck and the African gods a lot, okay? But anyhow, we are at the bloom, okay? Full body lashes with buildable volume and 24-hour lift and break your body curve brush. I ain't tripping on it, it's okay. We live every day. If they don't understand, I don't care, baby. I'ma get it in. We gon' live big friend. Cause we doing it. Cause we doing it. Yeah, I got a Rose Oracle attunement too. It says, Mother Rose, you were present long before we, and you will, I can't even see this, continue after we're gone. Bless this oracle and all who use it. Okay? How they tripping with me? Where is it? Okay, there we go. It's not. Oh, no wonder. I'm at the wrong page. Okay. Creations realize, right time, harvest celebrate. I let the blooming happen. I resist the urge to hold back. I celebrate all that I've created and enjoy my moment of blooming completely and fully. Boom! Somebody, they blooming in this bitch. Hey, blooming, 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 blooming in this bitch. Okay, and healing is happening from this blooming, from this growth. Okay, you're not broken. Trust the process, and it's safe to soften. Okay, it's okay to relax. Things are gonna fall into place. Healing is happening, healing is happening, and healing is happening. You're not broken. You're part of the ever changing nature of life. Ever changing, ever changing, ever changing. Change is your natural state. The rose knows that you were never meant to stay the same, to be one single shape, size, or way. You're not normal, and that's normal. You're always becoming more and more of who you truly are. Healing is happening every moment, every day. You're returning to your true state every moment, every day. Call in your support team of people who can hold you in that, who can trust in the grace of your natural state. A true healer knows that they're not the one doing the healing, rather they're holding the vision of the return to wholeness, knowing that wholeness isn't a stagnant state. Will you embrace all parts of life, from the ecstasy to the agony, the joy to the grief, the bloom to the fall, the bud to the rose hip? You will realize that healing is always happening and life is on your side. No one is immune to the polarity of this human experience. The only way through it is to embrace all parts of it, the light and the shadow. And as any healer or initiate knows, yeah, the only way to the light is to embrace the shadow within. The shadow and sometimes the pain is a portal to your liberation. You're not broken, you're healing. Healing is happening. Trust in the timing of life. Like that motherfucking tea. Then we have come to me. Yep, everything you want is coming to you. Mm, so open your arms wide, baby. And you got the crowning right after that, so that's synchronicity. Oh, what do you desire? What are you ready to open yourself up to receive? How can you attract like a flower? Mm, mm, mm. Have you ever noticed how in summer, when the roses are at their fullest and their scent is hanging in the air, bees and other pollinators suddenly appear? Pollination happens. When pollen from one plant mixes with pollen from another, or is transferred from the stigma of one flower to the stigma of the another, roses don't go running all over the place reaching and grabbing. Rather, they rely on the bees to come to them. The rose is never reaching for the bee, it's never grasping or overstretching. It embraces it fully, what is fully, and allows life to come to it. It receives it fully. It doesn't open and close according to who walks by. And it opens and blooms regardless. Clock that, okay? Um, this card is about receiving abundance rose style. It's an invitation to receive the sweetness of your life, to embrace the magnificence of who you are, and also to open yourself up to the possibility of receiving what you yearn deeply for. Okay? So they saying, what do you want? What you desire is happening. Let me stop. Okay. Then we have the crowning. This is what you're desiring. Initiation, thresholds, birth, rebirth, and a seat at the table. That's what you're desiring. That's what you're ready to receive, and that's what you're about to attract like a flower. How is life trying to initiate you? Yeah, by subtle clues, by synchronicity, by things happening in alignment. Okay, all right, and then we have uh the second bloom. I told you, you got the bloom and the second bloom. Like uh. Look at that. That's that's amazing. Man, tripping, I just saw it. Listen, oh, that no, I wasn't tripping there. But the placement was just all over the place. A second chance is never too late. New possibilities. What unexpected thing wants to bloom within you? There's something unexpected that wants to bloom. How do y'all feel about that? You ain't even know it's about to happen, but it's gonna happen. And then we got the thorn, baby. Like I said, you can't hold me like that. You can't handle me like that. I am not the rose without thorns, baby. I am the thorn. That's what somebody's saying. So you can't handle me like that. Unhand me. Protection, boundaries, and clear communication. What loving boundaries are you being called to establish? How are you being called to communicate clearly to those you're in a relationship with? By open, honest communication, being able to face painful truths, harsh realities, enjoy your celebrations, being able to go through the fire, being able to be understanding, loving, compassionate, and the open communication. All right. The rose is the queen of all flowers. A soft and often fragrant bloom takes our breath away from near and far. A bridge between heaven and earth. She has the capacity to act as a portal to our true selves, okay? And call our soul more fully into our body. She leaves us in awe, allowing us to experience heaven on earth for a very precious moment. But the rose is not all gentle and soft. In fact, most roses are armored with spiky thorns and prickles of various shapes and sizes. These sharp protectors act like knights defending their queen, clearly setting the necessary boundary and conditions for her to do what she was born to do. We too are like the rose. So often we don't get taught how important clear communication and loving boundaries are to our relationships. When we're not clear on our needs, when we don't communicate them, when we don't take responsibility for them, it's impossible for others to give us what we need. This often results in a breakdown in the relationship. Communicating our needs and establishing our boundaries allows not just us to feel safe, but those we're in a relationship with to feel safe too. This card delivers the message of importance of clear communication, boundaries, and taking responsibility for our needs. To be clear with others, we must first be clear with ourselves and then communicate this to our loved ones and the world. Okay? So you gotta establish loving boundaries, and you have to learn how to communicate clearly with everybody that you're in a relationship with, so there is no miscommunication. Okay? And also that's why I think, was it the sub rosa, minding your business. Okay? Minding your business. Letting people deal with they finding their own resolutions. Okay? And then we have the bud. When they ask you for help, then you do that. But in the meantime, focus on something else that's productive. Okay? Potential promise is about to happen. Keep going. What new buds are beckoning to bloom within you? Okay? A bud is an embryonic swelling on the stem of the rose that has the potential to develop into a flower, leaf, or shoot. In temperate climates, plants form resting buds that are resistant to the brutal frost. The bud is the promise of what's to come. It's the physical manifestation of the seeds that we've been holding deep in the earth, nurturing and dreaming through the fertile void of winter. Now we find ourselves in the inner season of spring, and the bud is beginning to realize what it was always desired to be. But it still requires trending. I'm sorry, it still requires tending in order to bloom one day soon. This is a card of encouragement, potential, excitement, and hope. It invites you to keep facing your true north and show up for what you're being called to create. What I say is show the fuck up, okay? Your effort has not gone unnoticed. Keep going. Someday soon, you'll begin to see this beautiful creation in the world, okay? And then you're going to be asking yourself, what new buds are beckoning to bloom within you? What else can you do? Because this is something unexpected that's about to happen, like they told you. You didn't even know that you could do whatever it is that's being done, but you the first, okay? And then we got the Holy Grail. Stop the endless searching and request. Yeah, you already know what it is you have to do. You just got to start taking that 1,000-mile walk, one foot in front of the other one. By the time you're done, you're gonna be toned up, shaped. You're gonna be in shape. You're gonna be looking great, and you're gonna be at your bestie, baby. Doing a bestie, baby. Okay, not doing your bestie, but doing your best. You know what I'm talking about? The Holy Grail. I don't even know who be having besties and shit like that. People be not the best, so you can't be my bestie. You can't be my bestie if you're not doing that best. It's just the window open. How can you go within and focus more on what really matters? How can you do that? The Holy Grail is the ultimate spiritual quest. Many see quests as physical places to journey, to conquer, or to find. But perhaps the Grail is an invitation to go inward, to connect with the grace within, to find it without, to realize that this journey of drinking from the eternal well is to find it deep within as the part of us that cannot be extinguished, okay? Perhaps this is why the rose is a symbol that goes with the Grail, okay? Her petals calling us to spiral in, for it's there we find the nectar of all that we've searched for, patiently waiting for us to return to it. Stop looking without, stop the endless searching, turn your gaze within. Mm. And then we have the reunion. Yeah, going within, you're going to have the soul recognition, collaboration, partnership, and friendship. This soul recognition is about the bring you back to life, bring you back to life. Save me from myself. Some shit like that. Bring me back to life. Bring me back to life. Da 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 da. Don't. It's wrong. I'm singing that wrong. Y'all know what I'm saying, though. Something is about to happen to bring you back to life. Okay. This is the birth, the rebirth, the bloom. I said the birth, the rebirth. This is the bloom and the second bloom. This is the crowning. This is Holy Grail. Yeah, we at the reunion, and I'm almost done. I know this has been a little bit long and boring. It's okay though. I don't even know how I'm seeing. I ain't got my glasses, and this is small prints. Okay. I release any old programming of competition. I open myself up to relationships and collaborations. It's safe for me to trust and co create. It's safe for me to speak clearly. It's safe for me to set clear boundaries and collaborate. Okay? This current period in history has been spoken of by mystics through the ages, and you chose to incarnate right in the middle of it. You didn't do so alone. We came here in waves and with joint soul missions. You were never meant to walk this life alone. It's time to come back together, to remember that we're not in a competition, rather, we hold keys for each other. This is the way of the rose, to bloom bravely, regardless of what others are doing, and not be threatened when others do this alongside you. The rose doesn't open and close according to who's walking by. She reveals her beauty to the world without waver. You're here to do that too. There are people who at a soul level chose to walk alongside you. But for them to find you, you must first let them see you. Reveal yourself to the world, open your heart and mind to collaboration rather than competition. Okay? So it's something that you're about to be doing with some other people. And they say it's not a competition, it's a collaboration. Keep that in mind. It's safe to trust. It's okay to be who you are in this situation, okay? But it's nothing but flavor. I said flavor, favor, collaboration, partnership. Good things coming your way, and we already an hour in. Let me go ahead and get this tarot in. I'm gonna do the truth and divine. Learn some more of this Palo Santos. I get this deck prepared. Give me 1 second, y'all. My bad, y'all. I'm back. We back. It do get cold in here quick. Hey, hit that beat. Turn that shit up. We out here in these streets. Hey, people talking shit. Bitch, we stay on beat. We always looking fire. We always looking neat. Gonna light it up. Smoke therapy. Got a habit in my brains, baby. Put it all up in my veins, hazy. Call it kush, call it loud, baby. Out here doing me. Popping pussy on my handstand, watching see. Get it back to me. That's how it's always supposed to be. Real city girl, real big one, real big bitch. Come and get you some. And I'm out here in the field, ho. From the north to the south to the east coast. Mm, mm. And I'm headed west. They do it best. Mm, mm. What's next? You gonna see. Told you watch and see. Trying to get like MC, me. You couldn't, even if you dreamed. 90 blue colors, I get on my team. Hey, you know what it is. Bitch, it's not a dream. I'm in your nightmares. Hey, cause you can't take it home. The evil looks, the stares, the glares. People out here like alligator face. Come too close and they gonna get a taste. Keep your armor on, keep your light bright. Stomp through them bitches with them Timbs, alright? Stomping through this bitch, gator crushing bitch. What you thought it was, you a hating bitch. And you always will be, so let me free. My ways is too sharp for you to handle me. Mm. I'm witty. I'm clever. I'ma get to the gritty. Mm. Playing games. Conspiracy theorist. That's my middle name. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out. And when I find out, bitch, I'm coming to your house. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out. And when I come to your house, don't try to run. Don't try to hide. Don't try to spray. Don't try to get away. Cause you lie. Gonna stand strong in your bullshit. Walk through it. Cause we be trudging, bitch. And we trudging through with a breakthrough. Ooh, ooh, bitch, ooh, ooh. We coming through with a breakthrough. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Expressing my true self is powerful. I'm Jordan Childs, and I have had to hit that one, all right? All right, y'all, so let's go. This is the Truth and Divine Tarot, and that's what the type of time that we on. Oh, I had to get the cards reorganized in order so they can come out the correct way, okay? And they just spilling out. They just spilling out. All right, so let's get them all together. I'm only gonna get the 11 I need, right? So, ooh, we got the 3 of Swords. We got the 4 of Coins. Somebody being stingy. Somebody about to break your heart on some bullshit, some manipulation, some trickery, some thievery. We got the 4 of Swords. Hell yeah, this is some crazy shit. The truth about to come out. We got the Hanged Man here, and we got Justice. That's how I know the truth coming out. Somebody about to come and get the truth. Okay? We have the 5 of Cups. This was somebody wanting to in this energy. The 5 of Cups came out in the last reading. 3 cups down, 2 cups up. So somebody came in and took from you, in a sense. And they wanted to leave you destitute, okay? And we got the moon. Yeah. It's done in the dark. Got to come to the light, baby. We got the 7 of Coins in reverse. We got the 9 of Swords in reverse. 5 of Wands in reverse. 6 of Cups in reverse. 8 of Cups in reverse, and Judgment. So everything somebody was putting you through is about to happen to them. And now this type of person that's reaching out and trying to get to you, but you so far out of reach or out of sight or out of tune with them, it's not going to happen. This is somebody's judgment for all the shit they hid from you and did to you. This can be ex-lovers. This could be family members. This could be people in authority, in society, in the government. It could be people that supposedly are known for helping other people. And this person could have done this to a lot of people, but they also could have helped a lot of people. So the people they helped outweigh the people who they did something dirty to. So it's like that person can never be heard. But it's something about to happen that these people are about to speak up. There's a lot of class action lawsuits going on, and it's about to be a lot more. That's all I can say. A lot of people are doing a lot of dirty things behind the scenes, and their time is up. Okay? Let's clarify. Somebody on some A, A, somebody A. They cutting with these swords. They cutting your throat open. They not taking no more. They've been broken open, stabbed in the heart, torn apart. Mental anguish, pain, can't tolerate no more. They gotta have a new start. Somebody breadcrumb and been stingy with this 4 of Coins. This can be somebody that you wanna be with, but they too stingy and they selfish and they not clever. That's why they gonna be single forever. Then this 4 of Swords right after the 3. Somebody trying to do you in. They trying to give you that 1, 2, 3. But you gotta stand strong. This Hanged Man gotta be passive to get better and get your justice. Cause it's coming through in a situation that you've been through. Kinda stuck in shit. I mean literally stuck in a sea of shit. What a pity. But you getting this justice, so you gonna get cleansed off. You came through the trudge, now you brushing that shit off. You don't stink like shit, you stink like new money. Get in this justice because you stood on business, G. Hey, yeah, somebody stood on their boundaries in their business. That's why they getting this justice. It's like they had to stay passive in the situation till it played out. So now somebody's gonna come to you with an offer. After this, somebody broke your heart. They was breadcrumbing you, and they was talking shit about you. You really couldn't even do shit, and you knew all this was going on. Now somebody in the Five of Cups and in the Moon energy because of the truth coming out. This person, they lost out. Like out there was being slick by keeping something away from you. This person can also been doing moon magic against your emotions, your finances, and they do it on the record. They got your picture on their altar, and it's somebody you never think. This can be a really famous person or a really well known person. Okay. But let me tap in. I just did the none of them yet. Okay, so Three of Swords is heartbreak, self harm, sadness, grief, and separation. Somebody is going through a heartbreak right now. Okay. Yeah, the Three of Swords represents betrayal. The crane wife asks her husband for privacy, but he spies on her, only to discover she was hurting herself to help him. His spying was treacherous, but so was her inability to trust him with her secret. Like I told you, y'all, somebody in them secrets. That's why the Roses said that shit too. Somebody keeping a lot of secrets that they think will harm you. And they probably would because it's about their infidelities, their real intentions, and the fact that they took something from you. Okay, this could be money because this person is breadcrumbing you or acting like they ain't got it or something like that. And they know you in need, but instead they'll just watch you suffer or something. So yeah, we got hoarding, possession, financial stability, materialism, and stinginess. Somebody stingy as fuck. Okay, and it's somebody that may can actually help somebody in a situation. Then we have for sanctuary, recouping, meditation, passivity, and counseling. So that's why I say, hell yeah, you're gonna have all of this after this situation, dealing with this situation. Like somebody putting you on a emotional roller coaster. Loving you ain't nothing healthy. Loving you was never good for me. But I can't get off emotional roller coaster. She snapped. So somebody is this hangman was going through that situation and now about to get their justice. It's like they're being freed up from a situation. This could be male or female. Take I resonate. Hangman can also represent hang woman. Whoever was in the past situation at the times got better. Okay? So yeah, motherfuckers is recouping now. They thinking straight and they getting ready to make their next move. Okay? In a situation or away from a situation. Okay? So the hangman is suspension, restriction, sacrifice, readjustment, and improvement. Okay? And then we got justice. Yeah, they say the hangman ceases forward momentum to avoid disaster instead favors reflection. Sleeping Beauty is a symbol of stasis with the options of sleep or death. She chooses to wait for more favorable conditions. Yeah, this is a woman. It's not a man in this situation. Like I said, this is a woman in suspense right now. Okay? Waiting for better days. Somebody is in this energy. And it's happening because justice is here. Somebody's about to get their justice, okay? They say, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold. So harmony, balance, equality, virtue, and honor. Okay, that's what's coming in. But you happen to be in the stasis. So somebody is waiting for their charming, and they're coming right on through. Then we got this 5 of Cups energy. Okay, so what you got? You got 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana. This is a lot of transformation going on. Okay, a lot of truth coming out, a lot of deception. A lot of things that was meant to tear you down, turning around in your favor. Okay, so we got the 5 of Cups: self-pity, guilt, regret, stagnation, and depression. Yeah, somebody is sad. They unhappy because of the choices and decisions. That's why they took Mushashi said make better decisions. Okay, somebody is going, like I said, through a dark night of the soul because of all this manipulation. There's a lot of heavy manipulation over here. Somebody don't want to tell you the truth, but the truth is about to come out. Okay, it's about somebody finances, somebody love life, family life, and all these people that's been working against somebody. And do look like this is people that's part of the system, people in high places. Like I said, like a celebrity, somebody well known. Anyhow, yeah, 5 of Cups. Somebody is in deep regret about a situation. This person want a second chance or at least closure. And then we have the Moon energy: trickery, melancholy, anguish, illusion, and insecurity. Yeah, somebody just do not believe. But I bet your motherfucker, they not filled with belief, but I bet you're going to believe after this motherfucking long ass reading. Okay? And then we have the 7 of Coins in reverse. Short sightedness, laziness, procrastination, setbacks, and delay. Mm, that's what somebody for to be facing now because of all this trickery and deceit. Okay? We got the 9 of Swords in reverse as well. That's crazy. They get a taste of their own motherfucking medicine. Recovery, acceptance, letting go, accepting help, and hope. Okay? And we have the 5 of Wands in reverse. Somebody about to get their justice. Somebody is also going through judgment for being lazy and short-sighted. Five of Wands in reverse: compromise, peace, harmony, resolution, and conflict avoidance. So something is going to work out in somebody's favor, like I said. There will be a resolution to a difficult situation that you may be facing or going through right at this very moment, right at this very time. Okay? We also got the 6 of Cups in reverse, which is not the best possible outcome for the 6 of Cups, but It is the future. Oh, okay. Letting go, leaving home, rose tinted glasses. Ooh, wee, baby. It's something dealing with you and some motherfucking roses. I ain't gonna even lie. You're about to be giving your flowers, boo. Okay? They said, don't forget me. Don't forget the red and white roses. Okay? Somebody letting go and they're moving on. Okay? As they should. And then we got the Eight of Cups in reverse as well. Man, these cups was out here. And these swords. One wine. Cups and swords. One coins. You know? Wow. Okay. And then we have the Eight of Cups, which is aimlessness, fear of abandonment, depression, and suddenly hopelessness. So somebody felt hopeless in a situation, which they shouldn't, because they say you protected, you getting your justice, you're gonna be able to move forward. That's somebody else energy being hopeless, not seeing the big picture or even the details of the picture. And then we got judgment. Somebody going through judgment for this injustice that they caused you, for this hopelessness that they caused you. Okay, somebody has to pay for the circumstances and situation, and it's not going to be you. It's the people who put you here, okay, or put you in a situation. Improvement, forgiveness, a change of perspective, absolution, and rebirth. Okay, that's what's going on in this situation. You're about to have what you need to move forward. Let me see. How do I want to clarify this tarot? Another tarot deck or with the angels or the fairies? We're gonna do the fairies. Even though you're going through a situation where it's going to cause you heavy emotions, as in the form of heartbreak or betrayal, you're about to have a form of justice that's going to keep you on course. Okay. This is the healing energy oracle. I don't know why I was calling this my affirmation deck, but this is my healing energy oracles. I think I'm missing my affirmation deck. These are similar. Okay. So I just want to get the positive energy for this Three of Swords and this Four of Coins. Okay. What's happening with this Three of Swords and Four of Coins? They say positive action. You're about to receive a form of positive action. Okay. Focus on the beauty in you and find silence. Live in honor and at the present by doing what you can do now. What I cannot change, I let go and entrust to God. Okay? Four Swords, the voice of the heart. I silence the fear in me and discover the voice of my heart. Amen. Self love. I attend to my needs by listening to my heart. My inner essence lets me know what is good for me. I respect my limits. I answer the requests of my body and my soul. Thus, I learn to love myself. Then we got justice. Ooh, goodness. Okay, I told you some good shit coming your way now. And shining light and the divine fruit. Eat down. Eat the fuck down. Okay, on that divine fruit. Goodness says, I overcome my imperfections, polish my character, and feed on the positive. Thus, I free myself, allow my goodness to manifest, and become a source of joy. Through gentleness, I offer unconditional support, understanding, and love to myself and others. Shining light, my desire to improve myself transforms fear into strength. I raise my thoughts above doubt and find faith in the goodness of the universe. I love and accept myself as a soul, and I discover the light that dwells in me. And we have the divine fruit. As I work to improve and free myself, I strengthen my foundations. My intellect is light, my heart is warmth, and my soul is strength. I am nurtured by the divine sun. The fruit I bear reflects my inner light. Okay? Come on, man. Positive action, the voice of the heart, self love, goodness, shining light, and the divine fruit. Over this Five of Cups energy, okay? And then what about this moon energy and all these reversals over here? What's going on? Trust. You got to trust the motherfucking process at this time, okay? You have to have confidence, faith, and belief in your situation, okay? They say, I trust life and my strengths. Each moment guides me to the light, okay? Everything on my path is placed there for my growth. That's what I was saying about the bloom and how it grows, okay? You got the bloom and the second bloom. So you multiplying your growth and everything you got going on. You changing and transforming rapidly. Now you just got to trust the process. What we got from judgment? Guidance. Okay? In times of uncertainty, I ask God to guide me to the light in my being. I am directed to doors that will open inner freedom to me and step forward in trust. I release my faith to God, and my faith is rewarded. Okay? Any more messages? Here and now. Okay? The future does not exist and the past is gone. I focus on the present moment. I have confidence in life again because here now there is no danger. Everything happens when my soul is ready. Okay? Ooh, I can't make it up what that word said. Belief. What it said? Belief. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. I believe in myself, the beauty of life, and the goodness of God. Thus, I have the power to fulfill my dreams. The will of the Almighty supports me. My life is showered in divine lights, and my heart opens to the power of the universe. A new opening. When one door closes, I am confident another will open, and it will be for my betterment. I accept that life brings challenges and acknowledge the opportunity and learning they present to me. Serenity comes from within. Wisdom. God has a plan for me. I live here now knowing beauty is to come. I don't force things to happen faster than the universe has decided for me. And freedom through faith. I calm my thoughts and rise above fear. I free myself from all doubt by entrusting my doubts to God. I have faith in God's perfect timing and placement. I trust His will and find freedom.